Hey everyone, it's Lil D from LilDevet.com and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you my primary planner setup, which I'm using to manage my personal, family, home, and fitness. And also for 2018, I'm using it to manage my blog and YouTube content. So the first thing I'm going to do is share with you my process for figuring out my planner setup, and then I'm going to share with you a walkthrough showing everything I'm using as well as the tools. So if you'd like to learn more, please keep watching. So to begin, I just want to share a quick disclaimer, which is just like in my last video, I'm going to be filming with the camera zoomed out for the purposes of blurring the writing on the pages in order to protect personal information. So this gives me the liberty of freely opening up my book and really diving in and sharing my layouts without giving away too much information. So I hope this works for you. To begin, I wanted to explain my process for figuring out my planner setups for the year. So around October or November, I try to sit down and I like to look at my current system, try to figure out what's working, what's not working, is there anything lacking, and then I try to figure out, is there anything I can do to modify my current system to fix whatever went wrong with it, and if not, is there anything in my current stash that I can use in order to fix it. So what I usually do is I like to brainstorm on paper, and this is my Brainstorm Traveler's Notebook. And I just have a simple graph notebook in here. And what I've done for the last 3 years is I'll go in here and I'll either mind map. Like here, what I did was I noticed that, based on the Traveler's Notebook sizes, there might be certain limitations. So I just figured out, what each size is best suited for. And then at some point I started writing down everything that I wanted to do with them, information that I absolutely needed to track depending on the planner. And then lastly, I try to map out, okay, for the upcoming year, this is what I'm planning to use and this is how I'm planning to use it. So I usually do that at the end of every year, and then that brings me a step closer into figuring out what I want to use. So for 2018, I decided to use a traveler's notebook. I'm using the Gibbon Techo. Many of you know that I'm a fan. I used a Gibbon Techo in the B6 Slim size in 2017. I upgraded to the A5 Slim for 2018, and I have it in this speckled fawn traveler's notebook. It's one of my favorites. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen it. It has a front pocket. It has a snap closure. It has a wide spine, 1.5 inches, so it can carry a lot. In the back, it has another slip pocket with a snap closure. And then we'll walk through what I have inside. So starting from the outside, you'll see here several pens. Many of you know that I am a fan of color coding. So just as I do for work, I do color code in my personal life. And I'm currently using the Sharpie pens. So the colors I use are purple for myself, orange for my daughter, green for my husband, blue for my son. And because all of these have black caps, what I did was I just turned it upside down and I put some washi tape in order to tag them a little clearer so that when they're sticking out of this pocket, I can easily see what color I'm dealing with. Anything having to do with the pets, we have 4 pets, is pink. And then this is just an ultra fine tip Pilot High-Tech C Mica, however it's pronounced, that I'm using to write down in a specific notebook. So I keep all those in the front. Opening it up, I do have a vertical pocket here with 3 business card pockets, some ollie clips, and then first off, one of the things I always like to carry is a zip pocket. So this is my Foxy Fix wallet. It's a beautiful green floral patterned traveler's notebook insert, and it also has 3 credit card slots where I carry Post-its as well as some stencils. In this pocket here, I just have some blank sheets of paper. And then this is a Hobonichi Weeks blank notebook, which I'm keeping track of my daughter's medical information. And I put it into the smaller notebook because I also take it out of my primary notebook and I put it in my on-the-go planner. That one happens to be a B6 Slim. So if I was carrying an A5 notebook, it wouldn't fit in that. So this makes it convenient to have it here in order for me to capture information in real time, but also take it out and take it with me in my on-the-go planner. Because this has very tiny grid, that's why I'm carrying the pen with the very fine needlepoint tip, so I can write in here because it fits perfectly. Then I have a zip pocket where I'm carrying small items like paper clips and anything that I'm afraid might fall out. I have actually a mechanical pencil in here as well. And then I also am using a Moleskine Cahier, and this one is currently labeled as Brainstorm, so it's just a graph book that if I just need to put something down immediately on paper, I just log it into this book and then I worry about it and catalog it later. This next booklet right in the center, this is my Gibbon Techo. And then inside on the credit card slots, I have motivational quotes so that I can see them when I open my book. This is a printout that I did that contains my daily routines for morning, noon, and night. And then I have Post-it flags for repetitive tasks, so that way I don't have to keep rewriting that information. And I've done a walkthrough of my setup here in my other video. I'll make sure to link it up above. But I do have some specialty pages, like for example here, I need to redo this, but this is my vision board, so I currently have it clipped in here. These were pages that I had used in my personal size. They are double-sided, but for the time being, I'm just keeping them in here with a clip. And then next up, I have here my goal planning by quarter, so first, second, third, and fourth quarter, which I'm working through. Next up is my yearly overview. Then here is my index yearly tracker, which I have a key that folds out. Then this is my goal page. So I've tried to combine it with inspiration. So I found a lot of inspirational stickers with great sayings on them. So I just put them on the page and then I listed my yearly goals right here so that way I can keep them front and center. This is my money plan. Now this page came in more helpful than I thought it would be. This is starting out, what I usually do is I just write down my monthly bills here, and then I have from January through December, and every month I just write down the totals and I just keep track of it. So I actually used this completely in 2017 and it worked out great. It's nice that I have it, included in this planner. This is my routines workout. I just have to transfer it from my printout onto this empty layout, which will serve as a template. Moving along, I haven't used this page for anything. Here I take down quotes that I come across. This is my wish list. This is my book list, which I've started. Gift ideas, movie list, pending list, meaning I'm waiting on something from someone. And then finally, this is brainstorming for family time and also a list of medical appointments for the family. So this is last year's list so that way I can figure out when the yearly appointments can be scheduled for the upcoming year. And then lastly, the Gibbon Techo also has a set of trackers, which I've started using. And then I have my key in this fold-out page so that I can easily refer to it as I'm logging everything. Next up, you jump into the monthlies. So my monthlies, just to give you an idea of what my system is like. In my primary planner, I have to have a yearly overview, monthlies, weeklies, and then a couple of extra pages so I can manage a couple of extra things. So my monthlies are important to me because I use it for very specific things, and I always need, it's helpful to have an extra column because I always try to keep track of monthly tasks as well. So I use my monthlies for all-day events, things like birthdays, anniversaries, holidays, when the kids are off from school, if there's any trips, if there's any activities going on, if we go to a play, a game, a party. Important appointments like doctor appointments go on my monthlies so I can remember when that happened. My husband tends to work extra shifts every now and then, so I make sure that's on the monthlies. Anything that's a yearly recurring event, like when the taxes are due, certain membership renewals, anything that's about to expire or there's a due date or deadline coming up. If I took any days off from work or if I've taken any sick time, I'll make sure that those are there so I remember. If anyone in the family is sick, I keep track of those as well. And if there's any events going on in the community, like there's a tree lighting ceremony or some sort of, event at a park, I'll jot those down as well. So this pretty much serves as my monthly bird's eye view of everything going on. I don't put a lot of detail here. I just need to know the main things that are going on that day that are basically non-negotiable that I need to plan around. So it's very helpful for advanced planning. And that's what I use these for. My monthlies always are populated. My weeklies, they pretty much get populated, right before the week starts. So this is the key to me future planning. As for the monthly tasks, I try to use those for many things. For example, anything seasonal. Let's say we have to do some maintenance on the house. If we need to put up the pool in the summer, take it down in the fall. Any type of recurring appointment that's important, like when we need to bring the cars in to get registered, renewing a license. If there's an important purchase that needs to take place. Right now my son is planning for college, so there's a couple of deadlines we need to be wary of. And I also use it for advanced planning. So for example, we usually like to take our vacation either in June or July. So I'll put a note on the April monthly, just reminding me to do the research for what, where we're going for vacation that year, and also, planning for the kids' summer camp and things like that. So that's what my monthlies are for. Next are my weeklies, and these, I have it broken down. I have another video where I did a functional plan with me where I explain how I break down the Jibun Techo pages. I'll show you what a blank one looks like. So it's a vertical layout. It has an extra weekly column. And what I do, appointments or all-day events are noted up here. In this next row, I tend to write down any tasks that fall on a day. The next section I use for any notes. So that's anything that might have happened throughout the day. We received a delivery, or we did maintenance on something, or I made a phone call and resolved an issue. This next row section I'm using for my content planning. So when I'm filming videos, when I'm drafting blog posts, when I'm scheduling things, I keep it in this section. And then this bottom section is for my wellness. So anything having to do with fitness, with self-care, my water tracking, taking my vitamins and things like that. So this is what a nice clean page looks like, and this is what it looks like when it's active. So for the most part, I do a lot of writing, and this is why I decided to upgrade to the A5 size, because I was running out of room last year. So this has proven to be a great upgrade for 2018. In the back, I was able to get back some additional blank pages. So here is where I'm utilizing them for my content planning. So here is my perpetual calendar for topics for my blog and YouTube. Here I have my blog and YouTube goals for the year, my statistics. And then here is where I'm keeping track of all the posts that are going up throughout this year. I have a few additional blank pages, which I haven't decided how I'm going to use yet. And then back here, I inserted an additional booklet, which is just a monthly. It's undated. And what I've been doing is I've been using this as my editorial calendar to jot down major activities. I keep my monthly tasks here because even though I'm planning the day-to-day on my weekly pages, what I was finding is that on my monthlies, if they get too full, so for example, this is January, I didn't want to clutter up the monthlies with some of the details from my content planning. So I just jotted them down. I just jot them down in this extra booklet here. And again, this is a smaller portable booklet. So if I wanted to take this with me in my on-the-go planner, I can do that. And then I can keep these monthlies free so that I can track important information related to personal, family, fitness, or home. So that's the end of my Jibon Techo. Again, I just have some blank pages, some motivational quotes. And then this additional Moleskine Cahier, this is where I'm jotting down plans for my content projects. So anything from my blog and YouTube, any reference information, fleshing out blog posts or videos, anything like that related goes into this booklet. This is another beautiful wallet insert from an Etsy seller whose name is Keely Reichman. And I had to get it because I am the proud mom of a Frenchie Yorkie Brussels Griffon. So in here, in this zip pocket, I'm keeping some of my sticker sheets. And then here I keep some scrap pieces of paper, some additional business cards. This other Hobonichi Weeks notebook I'm using for my son's college planning. So I keep this in here to keep track of everything going on with those activities. And if I need to take it on my on-the-go planner, I pull it out of here and it fits easily into that one. Back here, I keep additional scrap notes and some more motivational lists and things like that. I actually added on a stick-on pocket there so that way I can carry additional things. And then all the way in the back, I have another vertical pocket and 3 business card slots, which I carry. And this is my primary pen, which is a Pilot Custom 74 fountain pen filled with Noodler's Black Swan in Australian Roses ink, one of my favorites. So that's my primary planner setup for 2018. I hope some of the takeaways you got from this video is the importance of taking the time at the end of the year to figure out what's working and what's not working before making any changes. Also, analyzing what it is that dominates your day or your workload. Whether you're a stay-at-home mom, whether you work outside the home, whatever it is, figure out what it is that takes your focus and then create a system around that to support it. And then lastly, just remember that planners are a very personal tool. So as long as you set up your planner to fit your needs, it should work for you. I hope you found this video helpful. So if you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions or topic requests, just leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, as well as check out my blog at lildevette.com for more information. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, bye.